My name is Jennifer Williams. I'm the Instructional Technology Coordinator here at Newton County Schools. And this morning, we're going to learn about Canvas assignments. So the first thing, of course, I am going to log into my computer, go to my Launchpad, and click on Canvas. Once I am in Canvas, I am also going to go to my dashboard. The dashboard is my home. So I'm on my dashboard and I'm going to choose whatever class I want my assignment to go into. So for our purposes, I chose my Super Duper Class 2020. So on the left-hand side of my screen on my inner ribbon, I notice that there are different options. I'm going to choose my assignments option. So I'm going to click that. And if you notice, it's already pre-linked. So it lets me know that it's going to take me somewhere. So when I click assignments, I'm at the assignment builder screen. You'll notice, of course, at the top, I can just search for assignments by typing in assignments, because after you've been using this for a while, you're going to have 100, 200, 500 assignments. And you may just be searching for a specific assignment to reassign next year. Or you may just go ahead and say, I'm looking for this assignment. I want to make sure that my students can see it. If you start having a lot of assignments, no worries. If you click on these three dots here, the ellipsis, you can go ahead and you can move assignments up to the top so that you can start seeing them if they start falling to the bottom. Okay? So right now, what we're going to do is we are going to create a new assignment. In order to create anything new in all sections of Canvas, you go to plus. So plus discussions, plus announcements. This is going to be add an assignment, right? So I'm going to press the button to add an assignment. So now I have a brand new assignment, and you'll notice that when I'm in here, I'm automatically in edit mode. I can tell that I'm in edit mode because suddenly I have all my editing tools here across the top. So my assignment is going to be metamorphic rocks. So I type in my title. The next thing I want to do down here is type in some information for my students to let them know, what they need to do in this assignment. So I need to give specific directions. So I've already pre-typed my directions because I didn't want to take time typing with you here. But you get the idea. You type in your directions. So I may say to my students, I might start, and I'll type in a couple. And I would usually probably just say, hey guys, but for our purposes right now, hello boys and girls. We learned all about rocks this week. Watch this video and create your own song about metamorphic rocks. All right, so I specifically waited until I saw you guys here today because I wanted to show you some things about this. First of all, I want my students to know, like, hey, any assignment I'm going to give you is not going to be something brand new. It's probably going to be something that I've already talked to you about and given you some background information. So I typed in, hello, boys and girls, we learned about rocks this week. I taught them about rocks, or we learned about this type of rock for the beginning of our face-to-face class. Now I want you to watch this video and create your own song about rocks. When I say this video, I'm going to link the word this by highlighting and clicking the link button. So the link button, of course, the editor tool. And I'm going to go to an external link. Now, my external link is going to be a link that I'm going to go to my favorite site. If you know me, you know it's going to be Study Jams already, right? So I'm going to go to studyjams.com or whatever website you choose. And I'm going to find the actual video that I want my students to see. So I know that there's a rock video in here that I want to use. I know there is one specifically on metamorphic rocks. I'm going to click that link, and this is where I want my students to go. So I'm going to copy the URL, so Control C, and I'm going to go back to my assignment. The word this is going to be linked to the URL. So I paste that entire URL here, and I'm going to press done. So now, when my students see this, we learned all about rocks this week. Watch this is linked, video, and create your own song about metamorphic rocks. Be sure to include at least 5 of the following terms in your song. So not only am I going to have them make a song, right? But I gave them a video, and the video is a karaoke video. So they're going to watch the karaoke video and about metamorphic rocks. They're going to see it, and then they're going to, I've linked the video so they'll see it here. I've given them directions, and then I give them specific directions. Be sure to include at least 5 of the following terms in your song. Where am I getting these terms from? Well, of course, from their standard, right? So I would say igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic, erosion, weather, pressure, heat, red hot magma, rocks, and change. But you know what? I forgot. I could say we learned all about rocks this week, which is standard S3E1A, right? So I want to make sure that they know that this is one of our standards. Then I also told them you may include music or sing a cappella. Ooh, I spelled a cappella incorrectly, so I have my Grammarly on here, so it helps me. Have fun. Then I included a rubric. Now, this is not a rubric for this activity. This is just a general rubric that I found. But I would, of course, make this rubric part of to meet the standards that I want them to do. So I would include my rubric here. So now I have my directions for my students. I typed in my information, so I have my title, I have the directions. Now I'm going to go down to the fun part. So, do I want this to be a graded assignment? Of course I want it to be a graded assignment. So I'm going to have some points. So I'm going to give them 100 points. Is this going to be a group assignment? No, this is just going to be a regular assignment, no groups necessary. If I didn't want points, I can say complete or incomplete. I can give them a letter grade. I can say this is not going to be graded. You know, it could just be an assignment, but not an gradement. Now, me, if I'm making it an assignment, under assignments, it's probably always going to be graded. If it's just an activity, then I wouldn't have to actually put it in assignments. I can just put it on my direction page or on my front page. But if I do not want this to go into the grade book, meaning going to Infinite Campus, now we have Infinite Campus Passback. So the grade book is linked with Canvas. So if I do not want this to count towards a final grade or as points in the final grade, I check this box. But if I do, then I uncheck it. Now, how do I want them to submit this assignment? Well, if I want it to be an online assignment and I want them, and of course, if we're virtual, then it's going to be an online assignment. So do I want them to have a text entry? Well, they could have a text entry when they can type in the URL so I can see it. Or I can say, okay, post it to this website. Or is it going to be a media recording, or do I want them to upload a file? So I may say, okay, upload this file to OneDrive, and then you can share it with me. To tell you the truth, I probably wouldn't do either of those. I would probably tell them right here to watch this video and create your own song about metamorphic rocks using Flipgrid. So I would have my students do something like this in Flipgrid, and then I would include the URL to our Flipgrid link directly here by just going here, making an external link, and then type in, you know, flipgrid.com. But whatever way you want them to capture it, it doesn't have to be Flipgrid. It can be them just uploading it from their phones. It can be an MP4. But for our purposes, I would probably use Flipgrid because that would be a great tool to use. So I would choose that I want them to have a media recording. If I want them to do OneDrive or Google Drive, then they can go ahead and put a website URL. I probably wouldn't put a text entry at this point. If I wanted a text entry, I would probably use discussions instead of assignments. So I'm going to stick with these two, or they can upload a file. The problem is if they upload a file and I open the file and it has a virus, then I might be shaky, like, I don't know where these files are coming from. So I'd rather you give me a website or a media recording. How many times can they submit it? Well, you can do unlimited or you can do limited. You can say, okay, I'll give you 2 chances, or I'll give you 3 chances, or maybe just 1, whatever you choose. For me, if I was doing something like this and they wanted to upload, I'd give them 2 chances or 3 chances, because maybe the first time it didn't come out right, or maybe they uploaded the wrong one. So it doesn't matter to me. As long as they turn it in and it has those words in it and it's aligned to our standards, I may be okay. If I made this a group assignment, then I would go ahead and check this as a group assignment and attach those names to the students. If I want everyone to see this assignment and have it peer reviewed, I would check peer reviewed. Well, it might be cool, but within Flipgrid, I may allow them to go ahead and put some feedback. So for our purposes right now, I won't check peer reviewed. If I want the assignment to sync to our SIS, which is Infinite Campus, I would have to include this button. So I want this to sync so that all the grades that I give in Canvas go directly to Infinite Campus. I have to check this button, sync to SIS. So this is new to us, right? This is the first time that we have gradebook passback. So that's probably going to be a hiccup many times. You may say, oh my goodness, I don't see the grades. It's okay. Go back in here and click sync to SIS. I want to assign this assignment to everyone, or I can differentiate and just assign it to one student or a group of students. So if I have students and I know that one group did metamorphic rocks, I'm going to just assign this assignment to the students who are my metamorphic rock group, right? So I have 10 students, they did metamorphic rocks. I may have another 10 students, I gave igneous rocks, and a different set of students that I gave sedimentary rocks, right? Because those are the 3 types of rocks in that standard S3E1A. So those are the 3 types of rocks. I may have 3 different groups working on each group. I'm not going to assign this assignment to every group. Why? Because I may want to jigsaw it, right? So I want them to watch all the other groups and take notes. So that's where you can go in with the peer review if you did that, or that's where you can go ahead and differentiate it. You can give a due date. The great thing about giving something a due date is it appears on a student's calendar. So if you want the students to see on their calendar, then you give it a start date and an end date. So if this starts today, or if I want to do tomorrow, then I'm going to have this due date of August 28th. And I'm going to say that it's available from today and they need to do this by tomorrow. So now it's automatically added to the calendar, right? So then I can assign it to specific students. So I only have 2 students. So I'm going to assign this to my student, Ijama Johnson, and I'm going to assign it to my student, Casey Hutchinson, because those are the 2 students I want to assign it to. If I want to assign it to everybody, then I am not going to choose. I'm just going to have it to students, right? I'm just going to have assigned to, and it'll be everyone. And then I can create my assignments in advance, meaning I'm planning for the week. So I'm going to create 5 assignments and I'm going to go ahead and press save. If I only press save here, that means that I have access to these assignments and I can assign them later on. If I say save and publish, now everyone who is a student in my course can see the assignment. So that's the big thing. A lot of people call and send us emails and say, my students can't see my assignment. And that happened last year. Well, that's because you didn't publish your assignment. So you have to press save and publish. Let's say I just press save. There we go. I have 1 assignment. So let's say I just press save. I know, of course, the top when I go to my assignment, it tells me that I have the opportunity to publish here. So I would publish my assignment. And now the students can see it. So this is what it looks like unpublished. And I know it's published because it's green. If I want to see the list of all the assignments I created, when I go back to my inner ribbon and I go to my assignments tab, I can see here are all of my assignments. Oops, there's one assignment that is not published. What should I do? Well, a cool thing that you can do is you can go right here from the assignments tab and publish them. So if I know I made some assignments and I am not ready for my students to use them, or I don't want them to go ahead of me, I can just unpublish them all. And then day by day, I can choose to publish them. If I have this metamorphic rock assignment and I need to move it to the top, I can go ahead and move it to the top. And now it's here. If this assignment is a horrible assignment, I did a really, really bad job and I should be fired and I need to get rid of this assignment, I'm going to click delete. let's say that I want to send this assignment to someone specifically. I can send this to Dr. Hutchinson. I'm going to send it to her, and I can email her assignment. So in case a parent says, hey, we weren't really clear on this assignment, can you send me the assignment? You can send it to them, or you can send it to a teacher, or you can send it to a friend. So I sent her my assignment, and the content was shared successfully. Let's say that I teach third grade, and my best friend teaches third grade at a school around the block, a couple of blocks away. We're both in Newton County, and I want to share an assignment. This is an easy way for you to share assignments with people who teach the same thing. Maybe you're a mentor and you have a mentee or a new teacher on your grade level. Why do all the work yourself? Share. Sharing is caring, friends. So share assignments that you make with your friends. Even better, you can share your assignments that you create to the Commons. So I can share this assignment. It's such a wonderful assignment. I'm going to share it to the Commons. If I want to share my assignment to the Commons, it automatically gives me some information. It says it's called Metamorphic Rocks. And now I have to fill out some information about what grade level it's for, what's the title, a little description, a tag, a picture, what grade is it, for, and I can go ahead and share my assignment. So now you know how to create an assignment in Canvas. At this time, I'm going to open up the floor for questions in the Q&A, and I will answer questions on assignments with Canvas. I will not be answering questions on Bitmoji Classrooms or anything other than Canvas assignments. So if you have Canvas assignments, I have about 5 minutes that I can answer some questions. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and thank you for being here with me today for this mini session, Canvas assignments.